Hi, I'd like to welcome you once again to Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Today, we're going to be making a peanut butter cake. This was my dad's specialty. He loved them and he made a great peanut butter cake. But I'm going to do the quick version. I'm going to use a box of Duncan Hines cake mix. And instead of following the directions to add water and oil, we're going to substitute the cup of water for a cup of milk, and we're going to substitute the half cup of vegetable oil for a half cup of butter. The reason I'm going to do this is because it adds fat to the ingredients and it makes a moister cake. And I'm going to give you a secret little ingredient that I always use in my cakes, even if I'm making it from scratch, a box of instant pudding. So I'm going to cream the butter before I add the cake mix. And once I get the butter creamed, we'll start the next step. So I'm going to cream the butter with the mixer right now. So I've creamed the butter, and now I'm going to add the cake mix. So I have the oven preheated because the box says to preheat the oven 350 degrees. I have prepared the cake pans. I'm going to do 2 8-inch cake pans. I've sprayed them with Pam and put flour in them. So the butter is already creamed inside the bowl. So I'm going to add the cake mix in with it. We're going to add the eggs, but I got to beat up the eggs because you know I don't like to put a whole egg in the mix because I like to get it all blended together before I add it. So we're going to beat the 3 eggs. And add that to the mixture. And then I'm using a cup of milk instead of a cup of water. So what I've done, I've just taken a regular box of cake mix and substituted the water for milk and the oil for butter. Because this gives it a better flavor. It makes it more moist. And one other thing I add with it is I add a box of instant pudding, because it just makes the cake super, super moist. This way you don't have to go through all that trouble of measuring out the flour and the baking powder and all that. You just add this to it and voila. So let's just put the pudding mix in it because it makes the cake very nice and moist. And now we'll put it on low to blend it all together. And the box says to blend at medium speed for 2 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I finished beating the cake mix, and we are going to add the cake to the pans. Again, let me repeat what I did with this cake, because this is just a normal old box of cake mix off the shelf. Instead of putting 1 cup of water, I put 1 cup of milk, and instead of putting a half cup of vegetable oil, I put a half cup of butter. So it just makes the cake taste homemade. So you don't have to go through all that measuring and everything. This is a simple, quick way. So a peanut butter cake just basically has a yellow cake as the main cake. And then when we get this in the oven and get it out of the oven, we're going to make the peanut butter frosting. It's so delicious. You're gonna love it. Your friends are gonna love it. You're gonna wanna serve it for one of the holidays, you know, Halloween, Christmas, or just any old regular day, because like I say, it's super delicious. And people, don't forget to like my videos. When you watch them, when you view the videos, I need you to like the videos on my YouTube page, Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Please look at the video because that's why I put them there. I want you to view them. But then I also need you to say you like them, because it really helps me a lot if I get a lot of likes on it. Because I don't know if you like it or not. I don't know if I should keep doing it. If you don't like it, how am I going to know? You know, if you don't hit that like button, how am I going to know you actually like it? I won't. That's the thing. I just won't know. So I need you guys to like it. So we're going to get this in here. We're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for the box says 24 to 28 minutes. I would err on the side of 24 to 25 minutes. You just stick a toothpick in it to make sure it's done. If no dough comes out on it, it's done, as in all cakes. So we're gonna get this smooth out and we're gonna get it in the oven, and once it's ready to come out, I'll get back to you because we're gonna have to let it cool off, and then we're gonna make the peanut butter frosting. So let me get this all smoothed out in the pan. You guys know how to do this. Just always smooth it out. I'd like to smooth it out. It comes out so nice and purty. And see how thick the mix looks? It looks real thick like this because we use butter and milk, because the butter and milk adds the fat. And for a cake to be moist, really moist, you need that fat in it. And like I say, that instant pudding, the Jell-O instant pudding, just makes it even more moist. It's just delicious in your mouth. So we've got it all smoothed out, and I'm going to get that extra off of there. I know y'all saw that little bit of dough flying over there. So let's get it in the oven, 350 degrees for 25 minutes. And when it's ready, we'll take it out. Okay, so the timer went off. Let's get the cake out of the oven. And we're gonna put it on the cooling rack here. Oh, they came out beautiful. So we gotta let them cool off. So let's cool them off. And in the meantime, I am going to get all the ingredients together so that we can make this peanut butter frosting while these cakes are cooling. Okay, I have the half cup of butter in here, and so we're gonna cream the butter first. That's for the peanut butter frosting. So we gotta lock it and turn it on. Takes a little bit to cream it. Looking good. We are going to add the powdered sugar. See the dust? That's 2 cups of powdered sugar. And we're going to add a cup of peanut butter. Let's put the peanut butter in here. Okay. Let's get it on the beater. Alrighty. Get that on there. Put that to the side. Let's try to blend it a little bit, not too much powder. Do it slowly so you can try to get it incorporated with that. It's coming together. Okay, and we'll add a little bit of milk at a time. I have 4 tablespoons of milk in here, but I don't know if it's going to take it all. You just have to add it to the consistency that you want. So I'm going to put a little bit, pour a little bit in there like that. Let it blend. This is very tedious here. This is what you got to work with. Let's turn it up a little more. Okay, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to lift it up so you can see the consistency so far. There's dry ingredients in the bottom, so I lifted it up, and I'm going to put a little of the milk down in there to absorb some of those dry ingredients. So let's put it back down, and let's try to get it all incorporated in there. Going to beat it really well. Let's stop. Let's take a look. Look at the consistency, scrape it down. Let's see. I think we could probably put a little more milk in here. Let's see how it works out now. Whoops, a little too fast, too soon. I made a mess. Milk everywhere. All right. Mix it in there. Looking good now. Let's lift it up. Let's scrape it down. That looks like the perfect consistency. So now the frosting is made, and we'll frost the cake just as soon as the cake has completely cooled, because you don't want to put it on a hot cake. If you put it on a hot cake, then it will melt all off. And it's not even cool. That cake is not even cool enough to flip it out of the pan. So we're going to let the cake cool, then we'll frost it. Okay, the cake is ready to be frosted. So I've got it on the pedestal so I can turn it around. Let's get all the frosting off of the beater here, as much as we possibly can. And get it off. And then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to brush as many of the crumbs off the cake as you can. I have it on a little board so I can take it off the pedestal and put it in a cake pan, a cake holder when I finish. So we're just going to plop a good amount of frosting on here, because you want to have a good thick filling of it, and you're just going to spread it like that. Spread it all in there. Some people might ask, where's the jelly? Well, it's not a peanut butter and jelly cake, it's a peanut butter cake. But, you know, if you like jelly on it, you could most likely put some jelly on top of the peanut butter. But don't try to do the jelly in the middle as just the jelly for the center filling. Whatever jelly you like, if you want a peanut butter and jelly cake, then all means put the peanut butter on first, and then you put the jelly on top of the peanut butter. But this is simply a peanut butter cake. It's a yellow cake with peanut butter icing. This was my dad's favorite kind of cake, and he made it very well. Okay, so we've got that one. Let's get the other layer. I'm gonna brush off the crumbs. Get the other layer on here, like that. Just like that. Make sure it's fitted on there. And we're gonna frost it, just like so. You just frost it and go around. Just keep turning it. And once we get it frosted, I'll get back with you and we'll cut it and take a look and see how it tastes. Okay, we've got the cake all done. I'll let you take a look at it. Came out perfect. Got the frosting all on. It looks delicious. Now we're gonna cut it and see how it tastes. So let me just cut a piece of it. And I like to use a serrated knife with a cake, especially a really moist cake, because they tend to kind of fall apart because it's so moist and delicious. Get it on there. Get up under that board. Pull it out. You see how easy and moist and beautiful it is? I'm going to put it down on the plate. Let me get a fork. Let you see how delicious it looks on the inside. And I'm just gonna move my lovely mixer and we're gonna take a taste. I like to get the insides first. So moist. So delicious. All you need is a big old glass of milk now. I just want to thank all of you for viewing Kathy's Creole Kitchen. I want to invite you to come back every week. I release a new video every Saturday. This is a very simple recipe, but it's very delicious. All you need is a big glass of milk with it and you're in heaven. Again, the peanut butter frosting recipe is 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1/2 cup of butter, and 3½ tablespoons of milk. And you just whip it to the desired consistency. And of course, the cake is a box cake. I just substituted the water and the oil for milk and butter. And of course, I put the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient to a very moist cake is Jell-O, instant pudding. You put a box of Jell-O instant pudding. So if it's a yellow cake, you put vanilla. If it's a lemon cake, you put lemon. And it will absolutely make your cake moist and delicious. Thank you so much this week for watching Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Please like my videos and leave me comments. Let me know if you made the recipe and how you liked it. Thank you so much, and y'all have a wonderful weekend.